Alright, what you see here is a Hunter Mayfair ceiling fan. I'm showing it with the oak blades facing over. I'm showing it with the oak blades this time instead of the walnut blades with the white kit. I just finished showing it with the oak blades without the white kit. So this will be the last video of it for now until either I install it or just show it again in my collection and stuff like that. Just for those who didn't see the previous video of it with the oak blades without the white kit, I did show it earlier today with the walnut blades showing, but like I just moved it over there in that corner over there so I can finish recording it today. And I left it assembled from how I had it last night. Show my mom the fan. She likes it, but she said if it's going to go there, the password to it would have to come down because she doesn't really think it's a good idea to have two identical fans that look almost identical in that room. Which I was confused at first, but she gave a good explanation. Adds up to it's one thing if the fans are like a living room, and if they're both in the living room, but since one of them's in the kitchen, one of them should look like it's a fan that's supposed to be meant for the kitchen, and one of them should have like more of a living room look to it. And when she said that, it actually made me think that was actually a good point, because the low profile looks more like a living room fan than the Passport 2 does, just the way it is. But if I was to put this up, it would kind of make them look like it's kind of hard to tell which one looks more for the living room, which one looks more like the I just don't want it to blend the rooms together, since they're kind of supposed to be two separate rooms. So that's the living room that's here is supposed to be dining room technically, but I made it into the living room since I needed some sort of lighting above me, because that's where I do my homework. But yeah. So if I was to have a man cave at my own place, either this or the low profile would be good contenders. But yeah. Now if I was to have both of them in the kitchen, I would have one over the dining table, one of them over the counter areas. If I was to have a dual install this, and the Passport 2 will probably be going up. But who knows? Yeah, I also just don't want to swap out the fans right now, because my mom actually really does like the low profiles, especially since I put the new light kit on it. She thinks it looks a lot better for the living room, which is why I have this light kit on it now, since I wanted to try out a bright brass Hunter fan with a bright brass Hunter spotlight kit. Since I've always wanted, I did want to try it out on the other one, but I'd have to take off the light kit from the low profile on that, and I did not want to put the Skull on it, so I just need to leave the spotlight kit on to the profile for the time being. But yeah. Now this fan I bought from Tommy, aka TheCeilingFanPage, but it was delivered to me to Fanimation by Metal Pete, the Metal Fan, aka Metal Pete. But yeah. This fan is from the second quarter of 1992. I forgot to mention it earlier. Here's the Hunter logo. It does not have those little vents in the motor like in Hunter fans from the 90s does. Usually, from what I noticed, the earlier fans from the 90s by Hunter don't have those, like the Comfort Breeze. I know the Coastal Breeze has never had those, so those don't really count. Low profiles, I know the 52-inch version is but yeah. So I know it's basically not really a difference, but I don't know, I just figured I'd just make note of that. But on the pull chain, the 3-speed pull chain on this fan, it's not original. As you saw in the original video that TheCeilingFanPage did, when he showed up the oak blades, it was 2 high speeds and 1 low speed, so he replaced it. But yeah. Now I do like the way this fan looked. It looks very similar to the it does remind me of that studio series that had a broken, that was missing a spotlight, and the glass plates was starting to chip away and stuff like that. That is what this fan reminds me of a lot, so that is kind of the reason why I wanted to put a spotlight on it, is to kind of recreate that, since that fan is no longer there. Fortunately, it was replaced. Sadly, it was replaced by Hampton Bay Windhurst. I was upset about it, but I wasn't really mad at the owners for that, because the fan was in such horrible shape. I can understand why they replaced it. It wasn't because they don't really want a fan that looks like it's falling, that it's in such crappy condition. Especially when it's off, people can see how bad it is, so people might start thinking that they don't take care of the place. So I can understand why, because you kind of want to keep the place looking nice, not in bad shape that everything's falling apart. But yeah, it didn't really work too well. It didn't really go too fast. So I feel like it had a lot of issues as well. But they're really common fans. But yeah. But back to this fan. This is the last fan that I got from TheCeilingFanPage / Metal P at Fanimation. The next ones are from collectors that I never really interacted before. Well, Mark, I got one from Mark, and then there's there's another one from Brian Fan of Fan 17 out, and then there's one from Fans in Elevators / Fans in Elevators with Mr. Poche. I'm just gonna say who they are, so just to get them out of the way, just to give you guys some hints. The next one from Mr. Poche, I'm just saying Mr. Poche because that's his old name that I remember him by. The next one I've kind of been giving some sneak peeks of it in the corner, so I'll give like another Easter egg about it in this video. So if you can catch it, and you tell me what it is in the comment, I'll tell you if you're right or not. So yeah. So let me go ahead and show this fan with the light on. So for the other two, I'm not going to be showing you with all three configurations of the white when the fan's running. Yeah, I just like to show it when it's off. Yeah, but our neighbor's being noisy, so I gotta end this as soon as possible. And since the fan chain is long enough that it doesn't get caught on the blades, I don't need to tape it off. Usually, like when the chain was really short, they would hit against the blade arms, but since this one's longer than the original poaching that it had, being from the Hammer Big Characters 2 that Tommy verbally abused many times. It says basically rests like right in the center of the motor when it's spinning. And since it doesn't have the fence, that makes it perfectly fine. So yeah. Do not want to go to class tomorrow, but at least I'm doing this earlier so I can just go to sleep and not be too tired. They're playing music, but it's not loud enough so that I can even hear it. I know they're playing something, but that's usually why I try to do the videos when they're not here, because sometimes they play music and I do not want to get copyright stuff on the videos. So yeah. If it gets to the point I can just text them, tell them to turn it down. And I'm trying to, I'm trying to quote unquote study, but I'm really just doing the video, so yeah. Has a nice low speed to it. It's a tiny bit slower, but it's almost as slow as the low profile slow speed. I know that the low profile goes pretty slow for a Hunter fan, but I'm pretty sure that all of them go a lot slower. I mean, when I tested the white low profile screw at Brandon C. Johnson's place, I know it didn't go as fast as other Hunter fans, so whenever I do install the white low profile in my bedroom, or just basically whenever I take down the low profile in the living room, whenever I get bored of it and just want to see something else up in its place, I'll be able to determine if it's just that the low profile in my living room has a better failing capacitor or something like that, or if it's just has stiff bearings. Because I know that one does have a very quick spin down, so it could also be that. But we'll see in the future. Let me go ahead and shut off the light while it's on low. Honestly, even if I don't put this in the living room or kitchen, well, I'm not putting this in the kitchen because if I put anything in the kitchen after this Pack 2, it has to be a hugger. Since that one was such a pain to put up. But if I don't put this in there, I would actually break my rule of having a non-white ceiling fan in my bedroom and put this one up. This would actually be like the only exception that I'd put in my bedroom, to be honest, because I actually like it a lot. The anti-grass also too, it's not that I don't like that one, but I just don't like anti-grass fits in my bedroom. Bright grass is an exception, but also I have white kit that would go with this set. I'd actually wait for the bedroom. I don't really want any school lights in this bedroom. I like to very dim white at night time, so yeah. And then we shut off the light, move the fan up to medium. yeah, it has a good medium speed to it. Moves good air medium. It's actually making the white kit on the Infinity above me shake a tiny bit, just on medium, so that is. I didn't notice that before, but yeah. Yeah, I do like these. I like basically almost all the fans from the Hunter back in the 90s. I'm just trying to get as many of them as I can since some of them are more common in certain areas than others. So I'm just trying to get like the fans that I can picture from my childhood. Those are more a priority for me than like Casablanca fans, honestly, since they aren't as childhood. But if I can find some close by, like from Brandon or Mark, I'll just get them from them just to save some money on shipping. But then also a lot of Casablanca fans are pretty common, so I know I can find those down the road. Since a lot of people tend to pass up Hunter fans more than Casablanca, so yeah. Yeah, it does have a pretty good medium speed to it. This fan does look a lot like the Hunter Constellion, I think it's called. That Daniel Groundwater / Vintage Fans TV got a while back, or I think it was his and it was, but actually, I think he just tested that in his place and it was Mark Hassel's. I'm not sure. I'm seeing or just seeing this fan of a spell. It reminds me of that a lot. I know they made that in chrome with high gloss black blades. If I had that fan, that would be my permanent bedroom fan without question. Well, I probably would. As much as like the gloss black blades, I actually would like to have like rosewood blades or something like that. I feel like a chrome fan with like reddish or like rosewoodish blades, I think looks pretty neat. But that's just me, so I wouldn't mind the black blades. I'd be able to get used to. But I just feel like the rosewood blades would make it even look more unique. That's just my opinion. But yeah, maybe go ahead and show it with the white. I'm just also showing. I just like to show the fans in both finishes or the blades, just for those who just so down the road if I need to do another remake of it. I mean, I already showed it with both finishes. So I can do another video of it again. Like I know, like for example, I'm not really bringing an example of other people, but like there's some videos I only did a fit, aka like when I did the here in Subway Clarkson when I first got it in my basement at the old place since I was trying not to, since it was on school day. And I didn't want my mom to see me touching fans on a school day because I wasn't really allowed to at the time. I was just like 16. But I did it. I only showed it to Blue Choke side with and without the white kit. But when I did a remake, I figured, you know what, I should show it the white blade finish as well, not just the Blue Chokes for those who want to see it with and without the white kit with the white blades. So I did it with all 4 combos basically, and that's kind of like what I like to do with other fans as well, if the option is available. But yeah. So when we go in that fan, let me go ahead and move up the high, turn off the light. Clarkson, I don't know if anybody knows about this, but I actually don't have it no more. I ended up giving it to my grandmother, the one that has the Aloha Breeze in the kitchen. The antique brass came to make Clarkson and the antique brass Bahama ceiling fan in her living room. I really want to get the Bahama from her, but she is not. I've even told her I'll give her something better. She's like, oh, I like it, so. And the fan does have some bearing issues now, from what I know. And I tried to tell her that it can start having issues down the road. So like, oh, I'm keeping it up either way. So I'm like, so that one's kind of hard to get from her because I just want to get it before she passes away. So like that, since it's a huge childhood fan of mine. The Will Her Breeze, she doesn't really care about it since it's in bad shape. Well, not that, but she knows it's not the best fan. So that's why I gave her to Clarkson. The white one, so I can. As much as cheap as the Will Her Breeze fan is, it's a childhood fan of mine, it's a major one. So I'd rather get that one since it's the actual one from my childhood than just finding one at another place. For this one, I'll be getting for free, and I really would not want to pay. I don't want to pay any money for one in general, so. Yeah, I do have a lot of memories with that one, so that's kind of why I just gave her that, and also I wasn't going to be using the Clarkson. And I know she wanted to replace it one of these days, so I figured I'd just give it to her just to help her out. Plus, she likes the Clarkson in her bedroom, so I figured she would like a white one as well. I can always find another Clarkson, a white one down the road, so it's not a big deal. Plus, it was just a box fan that was taking up some space to deal with. And moving here, I was trying to downsize a tiny bit with some stuff. Not fan wise, but that was just one that I promised her a while ago, like before 2016, so yeah. But this fan does move a very good amount of air on high speeds, so yeah. Just like any other 100 fan from the 90s, basically, except the coastal breeze and stuff like that. Oh no, I might actually put this white kit on the password 2 in the kitchen just to see how my mom likes it. I mean, she doesn't complain about the living room one being too dark, so I guess she won't. I might just try just to see what she thinks. If she likes it more, I would just leave it. It would make it look more summer. That is the other thing, though. But who knows? Maybe down the road, like when I'm getting bored of these school being on it. Just like when I had the white passport in my bedroom at the old place, I had it with Schoolhouse Road originally, and I kind of got bored of it when I wanted to try it with Spotlight Kit, and ended up liking it better with Spotlight Kit. So yeah. Bring it closer so you guys can hear the air movement. See, if this was at the old place, this would definitely be going up in my bedroom, but since this room doesn't look as dated as my bedroom at the old place, I really kind of want to keep something else so not too dated because I don't want it to look out of place. Some people might tell me, oh, who cares, but I kind of do because I don't want to look like I'm just putting whatever random stuff in my room. So, yeah. It's light. In the old place, I could even put a white and brass fan in my bedroom, like when I put the white and brass and Delta 2 in there. That actually looked pretty nice. In here, I want to look bad, but I was not a big fan of the white and brass fans with dark blue walls. I feel like it won't look bad, but I don't know. The room looks a bit more modern. My bedroom in this place looks a lot more modern than the other rooms. I kind of don't want to have something that looks too dated. So it can look somewhat dated, but not extremely dated. Although the white brass Delta 2 isn't really a dated looking fan. I just really don't want a Schoolhouse Globe in this bedroom. I might make an exception, but I can already see myself putting up a Spotlight Kit instead, since that's really what I like for my bedroom. Although there are some fans that I would make an exception to that don't have Spotlight Kits that would actually look very great in this bedroom that I wouldn't mind putting up. In fact, if I was to get one soon, I would put it up right away in place of the Infinity. And that's really the only thing I'm making an exception to put up right away. And you guys shall find out soon what it is. Yikes, so almost 20 minutes. I'll just show on reverse very quickly. So, yeah. I just wish I could play music in the video, so it would make it so much more interesting for me, but yeah, YouTube just has to be strict with the copyright, so I can totally understand for those who make music because it's kind of stealing their payments. But yeah, We've got to move it to reverse. Okay, start off on no reverse. Yeah, I promise you guys that the next video I do will be a lot shorter. So I am working on keeping the videos shorter. It's kind of tricky with the ones that have lights on them. Doing better with the ones that don't have lights to keep those videos shorter. So I'll work on those. But the next one, the next print I need to reveal to you guys. I already know some people are gonna be like, "Wow, you actually got another one." Like, wow, it's not a surprise that you actually, kind of a surprise, but like, really, you actually got another one of those. It's nothing cheap quality, don't worry. But I figured since it was cheap enough, and I kind of already showed it on a video that I actually was buying it, so you might be able to, you guys might already know which one it is. It's one that I've been showing in the corner a few times in this video. Moves with it on reverse. Although I'm not really a big fan of using fans on reverse in the winter because I don't really like to be too warm. I like to be warm, but then I get too hot at a certain point. Alright, I shut it off. End this video. Okay, so that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more videos to come.